Did I do something really stupid or did I hit the bullseye? I don't know. Well, to be honest, after Apple's announcement of a new Mac Mini, I first wanted a model with a M2 Pro chip with 16 gigabytes of RAM, a lot of storage, and a really lot of power. But that brings us to almost 2,000 euros, and the basic model instead starts at 699 euros in Europe, which is a real bargain for Apple, and I thought, why not? So I bought Apple's new Mac Mini with the M2 chip, and it's the absolutely basic model for 699 euros. Although so many say never take the basic model. So why did I do that? Previously I had used the MacBook Air with an M1 chip, which also had only 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes SSD storage space, just like this new Mac Mini. And I have to say, yes, the RAM sometimes reached the limits. Especially in Photoshop or Lightroom, the RAM was quickly full. Despite this, I just didn't want to spend that much money on the new Mac Mini. And to be honest, I don't do the most complex projects. I just want to see if this cheapest version of a new Mac Mini can handle my daily challenges. But what about the SSD gate? Because as we all know, the current 256 SSD model on the new Macs are significantly slower than the larger storage configurations. Here I just have to see how it works and looks in practice and whether I regret my choice. What I can already say now, even the slowest SSDs in the new Macs are not actually slow. So 1,500 megabytes per second is of course much less than 7,500, but still very fast. So I have also installed the operating system on my high-end Windows PC only on a very old 2.5-inch SSD, and my games are running on a faster M2 SSD, and that's how I do it on my new Mac as well. An external SSD, preferably one with a M2 technology, should already solve this problem. Because of course I want more than just 256 gigabyte of storage space. The Mac Mini needs a lot of accessories to work at all. And this is the reason why it's so much cheaper than, for example, an iMac, where simply everything of the computer is already included. But for my MacBook, when I got already a lot of stuff to my desk setup, and that's all still here. So I can start right away with this Mac Mini and don't need any more accessories to work with it. But before I can show you my accessories I'm using for the new Mac Mini, let's unbox this device.
Yes, the Mac Mini does not have many ports, but that doesn't bother me at all, because I have probably the best USB dock there for it. The TS3 docking station from Cal Digit. Extremely expensive, but it's really worth it. While the most adapters are using just the slower USB connection, you have the best Thunderbolt here. And you can use it with the full speed of external SSDs and storage media. SD cards can also be connected, and last but not least, external monitors. For me, it's the perfect solution. However, it costs almost as much the Mac Mini itself. And while an iMac has the display in the device, the Mac Mini doesn't work without a monitor. In the long run, I think Apple's Studio's display is very attractive, but it's still too expensive for me. However, currently my LG Ergo ultrawide monitor delivers a very good service. 34 inches and a 4K resolution are included, and it's simply great for just under 500 euros, even if the HDR function is not really convincing. I also use it for gaming on my Windows PC, and you can switch between the computers at any time. Also very important, a mouse and a keyboard, of course. There are almost endless options you can use, from the super cheap model until high-end premium and very expensive models. You can either use Apple's Magic Keyboard or, even better, Logitech's MX Mechanical Mini. It's a mechanical wireless keyboard, in my case with red switches. And you can connect it to 3 devices. And of course I recommend the Logitech MX Master 3 for your mouse. I don't think I need to say anything about it, as often as it already has been advertised on YouTube. So to solve the storage problem, I got an external SST M2 model from Western Digital with 1 TB storage, and I use it with a case from Ugreen and connect it to the dock via my Thunderbolt connection. After all, you still need sound, because the Mac Mini doesn't provide it. Sure, you can use your AirPods or the very good Teufel Real Blue headphones I'm using here, or you can use 2 HomePod Minis like I do, because the Mac Mini can control them as a stereo system, and you don't even have to connect the HomePods to the Mac itself. Of course, this is quite expensive, but for me, a very nice and comfortable solution. So was the cheapest Mac Mini a good choice for me? Or did I make a very big mistake after all? I only find out in the next few weeks when I had a chance to try the thing out a little bit more. So post in the comments if you want to see more videos about it. Until then, thank you very much for joining me and tuning in.